Kelly, the embroidery nurse. So excited to bring you part 3. If you have not been following along, I have been working on a customized team shirt order. So this is for a flag football team. Actually, it's my husband's flag football team, but we are working on 2 different teams that are within this league working on their customized shirts. This has been such a fun process. If you haven't watched part 1, it's going to be right here that you can watch. And then if you need to continue to follow along, then watch part 2 where we work on the custom order. And here we're actually going to be making the shirts. This has been such a learning experience for me, but I'm so excited to offer this to my customers now. I have never had a heat press. I don't have any other toys other than embroidery. So having this join my studio here is just really opening up doors that I didn't even know were, available to me. And then honestly, the way that, how easy that the Stalls Transfer Express company has made things, literally, you guys, again, I'm no affiliate for them. I'm just telling you how awesome my experience as a first-time customer has been. So watch along. If you have been watching, then you'll know that what we're doing is my husband has 2 teams and he wanted them to have, actually, I'll show you the 2 that we tested first. Their colors are royal blue and gold. So one team is going to have the gold on the royal blue raglans. And these are from S&S Activewear. They are Sport Tech brand. And then the other one is going to have the gold raglan with the royal blue on the front. On the back, we're actually going to add each child's name and their number that they have given me for their teams. So this is going to be a 2-part process because not only are we doing the front, we're doing the back too. And let me tell you how awesome. I reached out to someone at Transfer Express because I was nervous. I'm like, can you do both sides? Is it going to affect the side that I've already pressed? They got back to me in like 2.2 seconds. They were happy to, share their knowledge, and so here I'm sharing it with you. They said it's not going to be a problem. So you're going to see me do it for the first time because I'm still nervous about that. But they did say I could put my Teflon sheet on the bottom if I was concerned about it sticking. So I think I will do that just so I don't have anything that I got to clean up afterwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and press the fronts of the shirts first. Just knock those out. And then I'm going to have to look at my Excel spreadsheet that I made with the coach and match up what size shirt, what color shirt, what name and number all go together. So that's going to take a little bit of coordination, but hopefully with the my Excel spreadsheet that we worked off of, it shouldn't be too hard. So let me show you how it all came. So the shirts, they came so fast. I was completely just shocked at how quickly they were at my door. I ordered a lot too. We did sweatshirts as well, but I've already done those, finished them, and the boys have been wearing those. This has been a long process for what I'm doing on my end, but my husband didn't want to give the boys these shirts until their actual tournament, so he didn't want them to mess them up, lose them, everything. So I've had more time to work on these, so here we are. All right, so what came in the first box, it did come in 2 different boxes, are the actual designs for the front of the shirt. So we have it in both the gold and in the royal blue. And there was actually, I maybe didn't fill out the form correctly, they actually sent me a credit or credited back to my account because since this was the same exact design, it was just a color change, it cost less than the way I set it up. So I thought that was really cool that they reviewed my order and determined that I had been overcharged for what I was trying to do. So I think that's a thumbs up for them catching that. But what's super cool, if you hadn't watched the first go of this, on here it actually will tell you how to, they send it the instructions of how to press this. So I already did half of these. I did them on sweatshirts for the boys. But it says right here for different polyester or for cotton polyester blends, it says exactly what to do. These are called goof proof. And so I am going to actually set my heat press to 365. But it does say if you're not using a Hotronix heat press to add 10 degrees. So I'm actually going to put 375 up here. And if you remember, it's touchscreen. This Ricoma heat press is amazing, amazing, amazing. I am such a newbie to this, and this has been so easy for me to learn. So what do we have to say? 375. So I just use the touchscreen. I'm going to bump it up to 375. Super easy. And while I'm getting my first one, it should get up to that heat. It also says to preheat your apparel. So we're actually putting it on the press just to preheat it before we actually lay this down on it. And then we're going to position the transfer onto the press with the shirt. And then we're going to close and press it for 4 to 6 seconds. So I like to err on the longer side. I don't know why, but I'm going to do 6 seconds. So I'm going to preheat it, lay my transfer down, and then do it for 6 seconds and peel hot. So I'm going to go ahead and set it to 6 seconds so that it will be ready. And it's still working on getting up. So the shirts to do the front is super easy because I just have to make sure that the navy goes on the gold and then the gold goes on the navy. Royal blue really is the color. Where it's going to take me a little bit more time is doing the names. But so I showed you how the front of the shirt goes, and while this is heating up, I'm going to show you what came in the second box. So super cool. So I did individualized names, the boys' last names. They're going to go on the shirts, and so they came in the actual packets because I did different colors depending on what color shirt they are, on what team they are. So these are great. Let me show you individually what they are. So again, it came with, you know, the instructions on the best way to do it. So these, it shows exactly what to do. It puts it inside this so you're not confused about what's in there and how to use it. So let me pull out the first one. So these are the boys' names. And so they are going to appear backwards. I don't know if you can read that, but there's like Atkinson. So this will be going on one of the royal blue shirts because of the color that it is. So I will go through and just make sure that the spelling is correct on all those before I use it. And then I will have to match it up to what their player number is. But it says right here that, again, we're going to do 375 for 4 seconds, medium firm press. It talks about preheating the apparel, doing it for 4 seconds, and then pause and peel. Open the machine and pause for 3 to 5 seconds. Peel off the paper backing in a smooth, even motion. So that's a little different than what I'm doing on the front. So this must not be goof proof. I guess it's a little different process for how this one's made. So I'm glad I read that. Next is the other team. And so it's going to be the same thing, but these names are going to be in the royal blue. So we can see right there, that one says Belle, and that's in the royal blue. Same instructions on how to do that. And then last but not least is the numbers. So the numbers were interesting how you ordered them. You had to figure out, you know, how many number 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, zeros that you needed. And they come in packs of 5. So if I needed, you know, between 1 and 5 ones, then I bought 1 pack of 5. And the price for that was like nothing, like so minimal. Where's my little sheet here? Let's see, this is goof proof again. So it goes back to the same instructions. I thought that was let's see, here is my actual invoice. So yeah, 1 pack of 5, and these are big numbers. See how big those are? They're 8 inches, by the way. 1 pack of 5 is only $1.80. So I could use this number 1 5 times for $1.80. That is awesome. So, you know, you figure in, it's got a little calculator. Seriously, watch the video where my husband and I go through, like, and figure out exactly, because the calculators they have are amazing on Transfer Express. It just makes this whole process so smooth and easy. I can't even. I will say it again. I am not an affiliate of Transfer Express. I'm just showing you my real life, like, aha moment with how awesome this program is. Transfer Express, if you'd like me to be a real life affiliate, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, So, back to that. The names themselves were $1.80. So $1.80 for the shirt $1.80 for the name and $1.80 for 5 of each number. Y'all, really, if you think about that, if you just had simple shirts. Now, I bought these fancier raglands with the colors because my husband had this vision, right? But I mean, they're awesome. They really are. And I am super excited to do this. Now, if you were just doing the number and their name, very inexpensive. Now, adding the larger, I don't think I have that, adding the larger logo on the front. So I'm doing 2 sides. So you got to think about that when you're making a price point for your item and figuring out that this is going to cost a little bit more. But really, when it comes down to it, each individual player is not paying a lot when it comes to having a team personalized name and number. Super cool, super excited. So let's see if we have gotten to the temperature that we need. So we're going to do the numbers in a second. This is going to take, like I said, a little bit more focus for me to make sure that I use my Excel spreadsheet and that I match up the players' names to the numbers, to the color, to the size. But first, just the simple shirts. So all I need to do is put the yellow logo on the royal blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the first one ready. And again, it wants you to preheat. Okay. It's a big one, isn't it? It looks great. It looks really good. This is a size medium. Gosh, that seems so much bigger than a medium, doesn't it? That's a medium? That's a big medium. These are big guys. All right, it looks good. All the blue ones. I mean, how quick was that? Okay, anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the gold ones. And so this one I'm going to be putting, like my sample, the royal blue on it. Okay, let's do some gold. So if you've noticed, I actually have moved my heat press over to the other side of my room. And the reason being is I am in a basement, although it's a basement that has, I don't know, it's a little different than your average basement, but the power that this machine needs was not adequate with using my surge protector and things like that. I was told it needs to be plugged straight into the wall. I only have a couple of outlets, and the other outlet I was using is where my machines are on, so I really needed to have this dedicated to its own outlet source, and so that's how I have it set up now. So if you saw on the other videos this was on a different table, that's why. Where'd my voice go? Okay, so you saw how easy that was. I've just finished all the gold shirts. I finished all the royal blue shirts. That's 2 teams worth that I've done the front logo on. And you guys, wow, that's fast. So I am going to just kind of do a couple of them and just kind of see if I can I'm taking my time. This is where I've got to really start thinking. So on the gold shirts, I'm going to have the names that are royal blue. I've run out of space, haven't I? I can get rid of these. Another feature that I liked when I ordered, so I actually have a few extra, because at the bottom of the screen, and again, watch that second video where I go through the whole process of making them and designing them. At the bottom of the screen, it was saying, hey, if you add 4 more, the price will like really decrease, like substantially. And so I followed the instructions and did what they said, and it did. It dropped it like $20 by me adding more, right? So quantity, the more you get will lower the price. So if it's only a few off, then, you know, I walk away with some extra. I was like, I could make these for a couple of the parents when they go to the games. That would be fun too. So I do have a few extra of both colors, so that's fun. And then just in case you mess up on one, that's kind of nice. I think they add, they do send you an extra one just in case for that reason. So that's pretty cool. I feel like I should have my husband here when I do this first one. I think I will. I'm going to get my husband just to make sure that we have the right numbers, with the right colors, with the right shirts, with the right sizes. And then I'll show you how we do it. Okay, so I got my husband to come down and work with me, and boy, did it take us a while to figure out what name, with what number, with what shirt, with what color. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that he came down to help. Honestly, I want this to be something that he can work on. He's the team guy. He's the one that can take on this part of our business. But for now, so thankful that he came down. Seriously, guys, we were a little confused. So my husband jumped in and decided to do the rest of the shirts. He kind of got the hang of it. I wanted to show you this one because we realized after we pressed it that the name was too high up on the heat press platen. And after, we pressed it and he's pulling the name off, we realized it must not have had even pressure at the top, so that we really do need to have it a little further down on the platen. When he pulls it off after it cools for the 3 to 5 seconds, you can see part of the heat transfer is still on this paper. And that's not what you want it to look like. You want it just to be a faint coloration left of what you just transferred. See how that's just not what you want it to look like. But we're learning as we go. Honestly, this was a great first project for us to do since it was for my husband's team. In the end, the shirt looks fine. The numbers pressed fine. So our lesson with this press was that we needed to have it a little bit further down. But it really does look fine. You have to look real close to realize that maybe some of the coloration is a little bit lighter on the bottom of the name and the top of the name. But otherwise, it looks fine. This is for a one-day football tournament, so in the end, I think we'll be okay. But we did on the next one adjust it and bring it down a little bit more. So I want to show you when he pulls this name off what the paper should look like compared to the last one that we kind of goofed on. So he was very, very particular about positioning and putting it on there properly, and I just love that he was that he learned the process and that he was involved in it too. So it does ask that you preheat the shirts. So, we pressed it just for the 4 seconds, popped it open, and then, laid the names out just how we wanted it. And so again, this time we're going to make sure that it's down. We also had to be very cognizant of the collar from the front, that it wasn't on the platen, because we knew it wouldn't press evenly if that happened. So you can see he was kind of adjusting it when he realized the collar from the front was a little too far down. It was nice that we had that little bit of blue on each corner, because then we could make sure that it was centered, and then we just centered the heat transfer paper on the shirt. And since those were all the same width, the paper itself, not the names, but the paper itself, it was pretty easy to make sure it was centered and that it looked good. So he's going to press this one. This shirt only had 1 number, so a little easier to line up. But you'll see after this one cools off and he pulls the paper back, what it should look like. So you can see it was 375, 4 seconds, and then cool for, what did we say, like 3 to 5 seconds. That's really it. But let's look at this piece of paper. That's what you want it to look like after you press. So nice and clear with just a little bit of a faint image of where it was. So yay! This one worked perfect. And this was just a good example of what it should look like. Yay, there we go. All right, front looks good, love it. We kind of just had them all lined up. All right, now let's finish up. So we timed it from start to finish, like literally the second we picked the shirt up and started the process to the time that we were 100% done. And it was only 2 minutes, you guys. 2 minutes per shirt. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We learned a lot through this process and I hope you did too. Happy heat transferring. Y'all hit that subscribe button. See you soon.